My name is Larry Emmott. I'm a dentist. I'm a dentist with a special interest, you might even call it a passion, for high tech, computers, digital technology. And for the last 15, even 20 years, I have been dedicating myself to understanding how we can use digital technology in dental offices to make everything we do better. And during that 15 to 20 years, I've developed a couple of ideas, 4 or 5 core concepts, which I find if dentists understand those, they'll make better technology choices. And that's really my mission, is to help my fellow dentists understand technology and make good technology choices. So okay, let's look at some of these core ideas. And some of them are really basic, and yet I find that they're often missed. One of the most basic things, of course, is what does digital mean? If we're going to talk about digital technology, and you hear it all the time, you know, with the digital revolution, we have digital x-rays, digital this, digital that. So what does digital mean? Because I know it's misunderstood. I have dentists come to me frequently say, Larry, I'm going to go digital, and they're talking about x-rays. But that's just the beginning. So if you digitize something, what do? Well, in the most literal sense, you turn that something, whether it's an x-ray or a photograph or whatever, you turn that something into a digit or a number. Now, in a more practical sense, what that means is you turn that something into the electronic language that a computer can understand. You turn something into the electronic language a computer can understand. And when you do that, there are 3 very significant things that you can now do with that something. You can store it, you can transmit it, and you can enhance or manipulate it with a computer and a computer network. You can store it, you can transmit it, and you can enhance it. Now, at first that doesn't seem like much, but if you think it through, it's huge. If I have something in a digital format and I can store it on a computer, that means I don't have to have a room full of files. I have to have a file room with all my patient records and my x-rays because I can now store them electronically. If I can transmit it, that means that I can take the information that I gather in my treatment rooms and submit it or see it instantaneously at the front desk. There's no writing a note, running from room to room, putting on a paper chart and gathering it together at the front desk. I can transmit it. And from there it can go anywhere. It can go to the insurance company, to a specialist, to the patients themselves. And enhancement just means that I can add new stuff. I can put in a photograph. I can make the photograph better. Storage, transmission, enhancement. Okay, that's what digital means. That brings me to one of the core concepts, which when I learned about this and understood it, to me it was a big aha, because it helped me then explain something I've been trying to teach dentists for years. This idea is not mine, by the way. It comes from a guy named Bill Gates. You've heard of him, of course. One of the co-founders of Microsoft, richest man in the world, or one of them, and a very smart guy. And Bill Gates described in his second book, by the way, which was called Business at the Speed of Thought. Business at the Speed of Thought. In that book, Bill Gates says this. He talked about business changing, and he says it's going to be part of what he called the digital nervous system. That's the core concept, the digital nervous system. Now what that means is the electronic connection of everything. So that information, digital information, just flows from business to business, within a business, from business to customers. Let me give you how that might work. Because, for example, you might think, well, I can exchange information electronically with a telephone, and you could. I can pick up a phone and call you. Say, hi, Susie, this is Dr. Emmett. I need information from Joe's chart. Now, Susie has to put down the phone and go get the chart because it's not digital information, it's on paper. She grabs the paper, brings it back. She's aggregating the data, more or less. And then she can read off to me the information I might need to know, and I can take it and write it down. And we've exchanged data, but it's not a nervous system. It's not electronic because, first of all, the information wasn't digital. Once it's digital, it just flows through the system. So we can connect different parts of the business. For example, we can gather information in the treatment room and then communicate to the front desk. We can gather information in the treatment room and communicate with the front desk. The back office communicates with the front office. What a concept! We've never done that before. Okay, but that's just the beginning. Then we can also say the same information, we can then be connected to the people we do business with. Our suppliers, we can go online to Care Credit and get financing. We'd be connected to the laboratories, to the pharmacy, to specialists. And then finally, the last step is you're connected to patients, customers, through web pages, emails, social media, and all kinds of new electronic communications. So that's a concept of the digital nervous system, the flow of information electronically, automatically, and it changes everything. Now, a couple of ideas to keep in mind about this digital nervous system. Number one, the information has to be digital. If you're not gathering digital information or digital data, you can't use any of the advantages of this. You can't transmit from back to front. You're stuck running up there with a note. So that means you have to create digital information, digital records, digital charting, digital scheduling, digital diagnostics like x-rays. So you have to have digital stuff, digital data. The second part of this is that you have to have a computer to work with it. You have to have computers in the treatment rooms with a network so you can share the information. Putting information in a laptop and carrying it around does not connect you to the network, to the nervous system. So you have to have computers in each room with a network to share the information. Then you're connected. Then you're part of the digital nervous system, and it changes everything. So, the core concept, create digital data, connect it with a network. And when it happens, it's going to change everything. I don't know exactly how it's going to change it, but I know this. The future is coming, and it will be amazing.